Hello everybody and welcome to the February 2020 update from Clydebridge station, and apologies once again, it is slightly late into March now before I'm giving you the update. But obviously the weather hasn't been too good in February, and there was also Model Rail Scotland that I was at, so there's been a few things that I've bought at Model Rail Scotland. Obviously the Scotland Co-op supermarket is one of them, which I've now finished. But there's going to be a new back board there and something else hopefully for it as well. And I'm going to be doing some work while I'm making this video, so I'll talk you through some of the things. Before I go into the work I'm doing this month and the things that I've bought, I just want to pass on some best wishes to a gentleman called James Abbott, who retires next month as the editor of Modern Railways magazine. It was 1983 that he first became editor, and he's been on the editorial team for 32 years. He was on and off it for a 5-year period where he was doing other things with what was then Ian Allen. The magazine is now published by Key Publishing. Best wishes to him in his retirement. Also best wishes to a legend in railway photography who I would love to meet, Brian Morrison. He has been taking photographs of trains for many, many years, and in February celebrated his 90th birthday. He's housebound nowadays, but he still apparently keeps in touch with his fellow railway photographers on the telephone, so he still keeps a keen interest in railways. I've got lots and lots of Motive Power monthly magazines up in the house, and Brian Morrison took photos for that as well. He was the staff photographer on that magazine. Modern Railways and Motive Power Monthly were both published by Ian Allen, so they were sister titles. So happy 90th birthday to Brian Morrison. And I also want to put on some special thanks to the Worley Model Railway Club, who have now subscribed to me here on YouTube. They organise the world famous Worley Model Railway show held down in the NEC in Birmingham every year. And they do a fantastic job at organising that. So I want to pass on my thanks to them for subscribing to me, and if there's anybody else out there who hasn't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so, and also please like the Clydebridge Station Facebook page as well, where I put up videos on my YouTube channel, and I'll often put up links to other people's YouTube videos as well. Mark Appleby's, for instance, a few of his videos are up there that were filmed by his late dad, who I always say I wish I had the chance to meet. And I put other layouts videos up as well, so please go and check out the Facebook page for Clydebridge Station. There's details at the end of the video. And now let's have a look at what we've got at Model Rail Scotland and the work that's going to get done. I purchased this locomotive at Model Rail Scotland from the Rails of Sheffield stall, and it's a renumbering by Olivia's Trains 47550 University of Dundee. It's a Bachmann product, and it's actually been renumbered, and it was actually fitted with a decoder. Now, I can't remember the manufacturer's name, but it begins with a Z. I've ran it across the layout a couple of times, and it does perform okay, but it seems to be quite a bit jerky, and there are a couple of reasons I think for that, one of which is probably I'm going to need to install more dropper wires. But it still seems to be a bit jerky, and what my plan is in the future is to get this actually fitted with a Bachmann decoder instead. When I was testing it with these coaches here, more of them in a minute, I've noticed that at one end, I believe, the coupler sits in a lot lower than what it does on other coaches, and it's causing that to happen. So I'm going to have a look at that and see what I can do to adjust that. It might be a case I have to take this out and turn it upside down and put it in, thus taking this hook out as well. I'm not sure yet on that. But trust me, I will have a go at trying to get that fixed, because it is the 14th class 47 and it will be the last class 47 on the layout, I promise you on that. It'll also act as a sort of temporary replacement once it's fixed for 47834 Firefly, which has still got this problem at one end of a bogie sitting on and clashing with that. One thing I'm looking at doing is gently and carefully filing away the cowlings there to see if that's going to solve the problem, but obviously I'll test run that beforehand. So the locomotive is presented in the condition it was in 1990, so it does sort of match the layout. You'll also notice that I've got a second local service rake now completed. Obviously I've had this for some time, and at the same rails of Sheffield stall, I've got this Network South East coach, and I've got this blue-grey intercity coach, and you'll notice that it's first class fully on that one. To let people understand, sometimes the Scottish region in particular, on the Edinburgh-Dundee circuit, occasionally ran a 4-coach loco-hauled train, and all the carriages had first class, were all first class designation, and therefore it was a standard class only train, so people would buy a standard class ticket but they'd be treated to first class luxury. And that's the sort of thing that's been presented here. It is meant to be a standard class only train, so there's no first class tickets that would be available for that. The coaches again are all Bachmann, and this one seems to be slightly weathered, although that wasn't made clear to me. I've actually fitted these with the pipe coupling, so that's why they're sitting that close to each other. They seem to be okay around the layout at the moment. I've had them on a quick run but up and down the ramp, but when I was trying to couple up 47550 to them and push it into position, it did actually cause this coach at the back to derail, so I'm going to have to be quite careful with that. I suspect what I'll probably have to end up doing is possibly taking the pipe couplings out and stretching them out a bit and then putting them back in. So it's just going to be trial and error to get that sorted out, because they are quite close together. So that's another job that has to be done. Model railway, building a model railway layout is like an express train. It's non-stop. Now, while I'm on the topic of model railways and express trains, I had the pleasure of meeting a friend of mine from Facebook, David Hennessy from the Rainhill Model Railway Club. So thanks very much for meeting up with me at Model Rail Scotland and chatting to me for a few minutes, and I might see you at Perth. Also, want to ask you to go and check out another layout on Facebook. It's Ebsworth Street by Greg Marshall, and it came from Beckenham down in Kent, the Beckenham Model Railway Club down in Kent, and I can promise you right now, if I've actually got that name of the layout wrong, Greg Marshall will strangle me. But that is a layout to go and check out on Facebook, please. And check out the Model Railway Club as well, Beckenham Model Railway Club. Now there's a problem that you can see immediately. I'm losing power here a little bit, but not to worry. As I say, this ballast hasn't been properly, well, it has been glued down, but I can easily drill through that, get more dropper wires in, and then we'll get back hunky-dory. So I'll just push 47701 on a little bit and we'll see if we can get some power. There we go. You see, it seems to just be... I actually sent 47461 out of this siding earlier, and it went out no problem. I'm actually also planning to invest soon in a Hornby track cleaning coach as well. I'll be able to clean all of this. That site, by the way, I'll just bring the camera back. That site should please the Network South East Railway Society. Go and visit them, www.nsers.org, and they're also on Facebook, Network South East Railway Society. Go and check them out. And on their website there's also a link to a website set up by one of their members, Mark Battle, called the Network South East Year. So please check those websites out if you like Network South East, as I do. What I'll do now is I'm just going to turn off the power to that, and you'll just see once again when I've turned the power off, that's the lights gone off on the buffer stops, because I'm not going to be using the power for the next wee while. When I was at Model Rail Scotland, I purchased some things from the Ten Commandments stall, and there's one of them right there, a lamp. They came in packs of 2, they're non-powered, and I bought 2 packs, and they're going to be for the retail park area. And then, once I've got that done, I'll be able to start putting up more of this fencing. I've got one bit actually getting dried out at the moment. It's been painted silver, and that'll go along there, and a bit along there by the Scotmid store. Once I've got the backboard on here, and that's drying as well, so you're going to see a lot of work done today. I've got this bit here, because if I just show you in there, you can see the problem I had when I cut that originally. I didn't get it shaped right. So I'm going to try and put this in, and what I might need to do is, once the back seam is in, it might sit like that, so I'll probably have to then cut a bit more off there. Yeah, I'm going to have to try and cut a bit more off somewhere, try and get that shaped in a bit. And the idea is that there's something going to sit on there, and that something is this item that I bought from Ten Commandments as well. That is going to be the back of a bus garage. Now, as you can see there, that is going to fall down at the moment, so it's going to have to be secured down that. It is quite tall and overpowering. I'll just put that down there. But that's what is going to happen there, and I'm going to try and see if that's going to stay on there. If it doesn't, I'm going to stick it down here instead. And the bus garage could be here, and I would then have to leave that scene all blank. So I've got a couple of options that are open to me. The backboard for there is currently getting painted, so I'm going to just put the camera down and turn it off, and go down and get that bit of wood out. Hopefully the paint will be dry, get it on, and then we'll take it from there, see what we've got. Right, well, there we go. That's what it looks like there. I'm not sure now, to be honest with that. I may stick it over at the other end of the town scene. It does, I mean, it looks okay there, but it's the weight of it on there I'm not sure about. I should have bought one that was smaller like that. But what I have done is obviously put some stuff in here. I've screwed and pinned it down. What I'll do is I'll put a wall up there, and then we'll cover this with all sorts of ground cover and a tree. But yeah, I'm not sure about that being where it is, so we'll whip that off there. And actually it was bending that, so I've probably made the right decision, and I think we'll go for it. Maybe not even go for it there. God, I'm bloody mighty. Anybody want to buy a... it just seems to not be sitting level for some reason. I don't know what's causing that. See, that's there, that's not right at all, so not sure about that now. So I think that's going to be the next thing. As I'll just simply have to put a wall up, which I was going to do originally, then get that bit done there with ground cover. I've got plenty of walling left that I can do that with. It's a bit of a disappointment, but hey ho, not to worry. But that's where the Scotmid store will be, and I've got a couple of bollards that I can put down there as well. That are painted blue, so I'll get them glued down next and get the wall built. So you'll see a little bit of progress there. And I've got the next bit of fencing that goes up there as well, so we'll get some of that done, and you'll see that later on. So while we're actually waiting on getting all that sorted out, just talk you through something else that I've done down here. And That is on the station area. You see now on the lights, I've got the station name board there, but I've now got platforms 1 and 2 on there, rather crudely applied by me. I haven't put the last one up yet. I'll wait till I've done this bit, because otherwise I'd be leaning over, you see. So that's what my plan is next, is to get this bit done here. That way I could then install the last of these. And it'll just then be a case of getting another passenger onto there. And then I'll just simply work my way along. Right along. So I'm just going to switch the camera off in a minute. But as I say, I've got these as well for the street scene. Again from 10 Commandments. And what I'm actually going to have to do is repaint the road first here before I actually put them down. That'll be another job for another day. But all in all, that was a little bit of a blow there. Thankfully no harm has been done, except about 12 quid to my wallet, but that's another matter, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll get that next bit of fencing up. I'll try and build a little wall there, and then we'll take it from there. Before I go in detail, what else has happened since I stopped the recording there. You can see the Network South East locomotive there, so it's an ample opportunity for me to mention Everard Junction. Now, Everard Junction is set in the Network South East era. In his latest video, he started making the station platforms for his layout. You'll pick up some good hints and tips from there, I certainly have. In addition to all of that, I think it's called Lera St David's, or Exeter Lera St David's, but the YouTube channel I think it's called The Scrap Line. If you have a look at that, it's actually another video set in the Network South East era as well, and he's just been finishing off a scene on his layout. For those of you who actually prefer something a bit further away from that sort of era and into the privatisation era, Eden Road TMD, which is from the Cooper Model Railway Club, is on Facebook and Twitter, so please do check them out. And Cooper Model Railway Club is also on Facebook. And one that's on YouTube is Dudley Central, so please give him a check out as well. That's set in the West Midlands with Central liveried Sprinter trains, and it's in the privatisation era. So let's have a look at what I've now done. I've got these bits of fencing up now, and that means I could install this light here. I've got another bit of fence being painted, but it's not going up yet because obviously I've got another one of those lights to put up there. I've also managed to put a bit of fencing on here, and I've got 2 shoppers about to go into the supermarket. What I've decided for over here, by the way, is I'm going to take one of these buildings and use it as a template to actually make a bus garage for over there instead. And it'll come up over there, so I'll actually hide that drop in the end, so I'll be putting it along there, and that'll mean that I could still have this bit here with lots of foliage on that as well, and ground cover. So that should make that a lot better. It's quite unfortunate what's happened there. Now, before I go as well, I need to just mention to you that I'm having problems once again with this shunter of mine. I will, as I say, be installing extra dropper wires at points in the future, but I fear I may have went and blown the decoder for a second time on this. So if there's anybody out there that actually has any other ideas as to what I'm doing wrong that's causing me to have these problems with the shunter, I shall demonstrate to you. I'll just get the power turned on. And once this machine sets up, we'll have a look at it. The shunter seems to be a very nice shunter indeed, and it has been tested and going, but I fear I'm keep on blowing the decoder, and Model Shop's going to have to send it away to get another damn decoder put in. So if anybody knows what the hell I'm doing wrong, please let me know. That's me got it up, the full power. And you could see there's absolutely nothing coming from that. What I'll do is I'll just put it down onto there. As you can see, there's some dropper wires there. Now you can tell that's right on the dropper wires. As we got it at full power. And you can see yeah, but so you can see there. I'll just turn the power off now because there's no point in me actually carrying on with that and wasting my time over it, but you get the idea. If anybody's got any ideas to what I'm doing wrong with the bloody thing, please let me know. Now, with it being March, it's the start of the gardening season at long last, so I'll be tidying up my garden. Excuse me, it's pretty low maintenance, so as you know, each month there won't be too much progress on the layout, but I'll try and do a little bit at a time and show you where I'm up to. I just want to also say just before I go, thanks very much as well to all the layouts that provided me with inspiration at Model Rail Scotland, and I shall see you all there again for it next year, all being well. The Glenrothes Model Railway Show is in May, and I will be there on the Sunday morning, so I'll be filming that as I usually do. And if there's anybody there that knows me and sees me there, please do say hello to me. So that's it for this month. I'm sorry if I've not been able to give a shout out to your specific layout, but there's that many that I know about that it's impossible for me to actually say them all in a video. But what I will do is say thank you very much indeed for watching this month's update, and please enjoy your layouts, and I'll see you next month. Bye bye for now.